guys. This week on the pod, we have a very, very special guest, Mr. Salvador Vega. He is a pretty big Instagram personality, someone who I've seen his Instagram just absolutely explode over the past year and a half. One of the coolest guys that I've met on the platform. And of course, also has a vintage resale business, if you will, Obsolete, which has been popping off recently. So we're going to get into it and talk about vintage, kind of his journey in fashion and all of the above. Super stoked to have him on the pod. Sal, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the podcast.
Doing good. How about you, man?
Doing good, man. You and I mean, what? It's been like a year and a half since we first connected?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, man.
But every back and forth, I'll just at times like shoot you a DM if I see something.
Yeah.
Like the greedies, like comment or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Something like.
Bro, when I first started following you on Instagram, bro, you had, and I remember this, bro, you had 300 followers, dude. And then like now you're at 5K in like the span of a year and a half. So before we get into your style and stuff, how did that happen, man? Like did you use Instagram before as like fashion, or was it like new?
Well, I did use Instagram back then for like just posting random ass pics, but over the time I just started getting into it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't never like serious, it was just like more posting of like just pictures of like trees, but like it was taken they looked, it was kind of like more detailed pictures.
Yeah.
Kind of like photography. That's pretty much what I was doing. And posting stuff like that. But I remember I started getting into fashion to start posting. That was, hold on, I want to say if it was 2015.
Okay.
But I didn't have 300 followers yet.
No.
When I reached 300 followers, I remember I was super excited.
Really?
Yeah, I was super excited. I thought it was a lot.
Yeah.
Because it is a lot because it's not easy to get followers,
No, it's not.
And when I reach the amount I have now, like it makes me super happy.
Yeah.
And there's still a long road to go.
Yeah.
To reach to the amount that I want to hit,
All right.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, crazy journey, man. It's crazy journey in the past year. So before we go more in deep into that, your aesthetic and your like perspective on fashion is really solidified, in my opinion, in the vintage space, right? Like, big on boots, really, really nice denim, faded, washed out denim, nice vintage tee with like a nice, like a chore jacket or like a vintage jacket on top. It's just like a really nice fit. And I feel like you've like refined that really well over the past like year and a half. Like what's your evolution in fashion? Like how'd you first get into fashion? Is it something that when you were younger, it was something you got into?
It started with Abercrombie.
Oh yeah, bro. I remember that shit.
Yeah. The Abercrombie phase, like it was in high school. I remember that and I would just go in and pretty much just buy their outfits that they would show, because I mean, they would all go together, that surfer look. Yeah. And I started with that. And then after a while, I got more into like the Chelsea boot vibe. But I would still wear Abercrombie, but just that I would make it look a little bit different because I would wear kind of like those elongated tees.
Yeah, like with the Jerry look, bro.
Yeah, that. But it wasn't in the time when like it was super popular yet. It was more like Jordan stuff.
Yeah.
Back then, but it was a big face. Yeah. I mean, now how I dress, I wouldn't be able to dress how I used to dress back then.
Right.
This is terrible. I don't like it. Not anymore. It looks funny because I have pictures where I'll go back and.
Oh, terrible, bro.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm embarrassed to look at them, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm embarrassed. Like I still have some in my archive on Instagram.
Yeah.
That I just took out. And every now and then I'll look at it and oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah. No, bro.
Terrible.
We've all been there, man. I remember, looking at old fits and I'm just like, man, this is not it, man. But
yeah, but it was the Abercrombie area that got me into it first.
Okay.
And then after that, I just took off. I just started getting more and more into it, and it did the Jordan phase, with the jeans, the Diamond Supply, all that stuff.
Right, like the Swag Boy era stuff.
Yeah, the Swag Boy era with the Mitchell and Ness hats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. I remember
all that stuff. Yeah. You know that, and back then here in my town, no one would really wear that. So I guess you could say I was like a big fashion guy here.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone would see it and they'd be like, "Oh, you dress so good," but like it wasn't really nothing big for me.
Right.
Because I knew that I knew like it was gonna keep moving on. You know.
100%. Yeah. What part of the country are you from? Where are you at right now?
I'm in Washington.
Washington State.
Yeah, Washington State.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really, really pretty out there, man.
it is super green. I like it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. Have you been here before?
No, but I'm from the Bay Area in California. So like I haven't been up there, but I want to. I mean, Washington looks beautiful. It looks real beautiful.
It is. Dude, it's amazing. I live in Walla Walla,
Okay.
where it's like a wine. It's a valley, but it's over. I mean, it's always had wine,
Yeah.
but it was mostly known for like its sweet onions.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was known for that, but over the time and the years passed by, they had really good like land,
Okay.
and it's really good to grow the grapes. So it just turned into a like
Wow.
a wine valley. So pretty much the sweet onions are just forgotten now, and
Yeah.
it's all wine. We have like about 100 wineries here, and
Wow.
Wallace not that big. It's not that big.
Wow, that's fucking
A
crazy,
100
man.
wineries, bro. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a
I don't
lot,
drink.
man.
I don't drink wine, but it's exciting to know that there's that many wineries here, and
Yeah.
there's so many new people coming in.
Yeah, no, that's
But
awesome, man. That's awesome to see like your hometown growing and shit.
yeah,
But like so does like kind of like that rural area kind of like ruggedness play into like your love for vintage? How did you like start really getting into vintage?
vintage. Um, I think I just hit a thrift store and I bought a gray Russell Athletic hoodie.
Oh, bro, the
But I didn't know.
Russells.
I didn't know at the time, and it's crazy how I started with a Russell and like it just went off from there. But
Yeah.
I didn't know it was vintage
Mm,
at the moment, and or at the time. But then I just started like to notice that that tag wasn't a newer one, you know.
right.
So I looked into it, and then I come to find out it's from the '90s.
Wow.
And then I hop on YouTube and then just start searching stuff up,
Right.
and then a whole bunch of videos pop up, and I'm like, oh, this is a whole new area of like
Wow.
fashion and clothing that I've never been into, you know. And I would never really dive into that kind of stuff because I was more of the I wanted to look really clean, and I couldn't wear something that was like ripped or
Mm,
stained or anything.
mm-hmm.
And now it doesn't matter. You know,
Yeah.
I'll wear a t-shirt if it's stained or if it's ripped. Or it doesn't really care. I honestly think it looks better,
Yeah.
in my opinion. You know, the more wear it has, it just looks better, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. It's crazy. I started off with a Russell hoodie because those Russell hoodies now are like gold, bro. Like people love the Russell hoodies, you know? I
Yeah,
have
it's
one.
crazy.
I have one. It's like my favorite hoodie. Like it's
What's your favorite year of it though? The
I like
90s,
the 90s.
90s?
The tight collar is, you know, it gets some at first it's like hard to get used to, you know. But I have one where I open the collar and one that's still closed collar. So
Yeah.
but the
I
sizing's a
love
little
the
weird, man.
Yeah, it is. At times they'll run long,
Yeah.
and times they'll run wide and short. It just depends on which one you have.
Yeah.
Like every single one I've had usually runs like on the shorter side,
Yeah.
which that's what I love about vintage, bro. Because like I used to be like a lot into like designer,
Mhm.
so I would buy like a Leaks and Helmet Long, and you know those brands kind of like tend to run like their t-shirts run long, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they pass your waist, and
Yeah.
I mean I'm 5'5", so yeah, it wasn't looking too good for me.
Yeah.
So when I found out that vintage runs small, and all you got to do pretty much is size up on
Yeah.
that kind of clothing, I just went with that, and it honestly looks a lot better on me than like all the high end stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool that you
But
like refined your style and like you found out what worked for you, you know?
yeah, like I mean, it's cool that yeah you're wearing designer, but I mean, what's the point if it doesn't fit well? You know,
Mm,
if it's too because a lot of the clothes they make it's super long,
yeah.
like really tight, and I'm not for that anymore.
Yeah.
I used to wear tight ass jeans though. I remember that.
Oh,
You
bro.
remember
Heck
that that
no.
that phase?
Yeah,
Everyone
man.
wore them
The tight jeans, the
with the
Jordans.
point with the pointy boots, the
Yeah, yeah, the
tight
Chelseas. Yeah, oh
skin
yeah.
tight skin tight jeans.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Uh,
those are the
I,
days, man. That was crazy how it's all come kind of full circle, you know?
yeah. Now it's flared, not too tight.
Yeah.
It's. I feel like we're at a perfect time right now.
Mm.
You know, like the jeans aren't too baggy or too wide. It's just perfect. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like now a lot of people they look a lot better now than what they did before. because a lot of people that didn't know the proportions, they would just throw on a super tight pair of jeans, a big t-shirt, and it just looked off, you know. And now it's pretty easy. You could just head to a thrift store and like find a good pair of jeans, you know, that aren't too tight. And
Yeah.
I mean, you'll look better than buying a $300 pair of jeans, you know.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think especially what we've seen in recent years, like the 501s, it's just like it's proven why those jeans have been around for over 100 years because they just work. You know, like they've just
Yeah.
worked for long periods of time. 505s too, like they've just worked for long periods of time. They fit really well, no matter what body type you have. The proportions are nice. And I think that's a big deal is proportions. Like not like when we talk about fashion, it's cool to buy certain things, but there are certain silhouettes that work better for certain people, and that's
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
okay. And I think finding your proportions is important.
That's key. That's like you gotta know your measurements, you gotta know your proportions, and you gotta like be able to tell yourself that if it doesn't look good and doesn't fit you, you gotta like
Yeah.
you gotta know that, you know, you gotta tell yourself that because if you don't know that and you just throw it on, it's just not gonna look right, you know. Like I remember back then I would like force myself to wear something that didn't look good on me, but just because I really wanted it. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
learned that that's not the right way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, like my advice is like know your measurements, and it doesn't have to be tight. Like it could be a little bit baggier, but make sure that the jeans matches with the t-shirt. You know, like the width too. Because like my proportions, I perfected mine like perfect.
Yeah.
I get so many DMs telling me, "How did you do it?" You just gotta like know your measurements and know what fits you. You just gotta look at yourself in the mirror and like you go from there.
Yeah, and I agree,
You
man. I
know?
mean, there's been so much times in my life where like I've tried to force something that just didn't feel me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
and you're like blowing the bag on clothes, and it's like fuck, like I spent all this money, and I'm trying to like wear something that just doesn't feel right. It like I feel like it's being forced. It's not really a reflection of me, and I feel like in fashion you have to take those losses to get to where you need to
yeah,
get. Like it's all part of the
yeah,
journey.
definitely. Yeah, definitely, definitely. If you don't take that, I feel like you're not gonna reach to the glory, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
you got to go through the tough times to get to the easy part of it.
100%.
Like my style, I don't see it changing much. Maybe just going more into like darker colors like grays and stuff like that.
It's pretty refined, I would
Like
say. Like your style is pretty refined.
yeah, like I used to be more into like yellow and like brighter colors, but I don't know. I kind of like more of the simple
Yeah,
earth tones. You know,
yeah,
it just looks a lot nicer to me.
yeah,
And I mean, you could just have like a whole bunch of faded tees, just one pair of jeans, and you're pretty much good. You know, like you
yeah,
don't need
dude.
much.
Yeah, bro. And that's another thing is that I've downsized a lot recently.
Yeah.
And it's just to the listeners listening, you all know I just moved to New York City, and like I've been looking at my closet and like downsizing. I used to have a bunch of jeans because like when I was at my old place in Texas and stuff, I could I had more space. I could afford to have just crap I didn't use, and I wasn't wearing stuff, man. Like now I have a couple pair of denim, couple pair of trousers, and I'm good to go.
Hmm.
And it's like I feel at a much better place. I don't know if you've downsized or if you've kind of refined, what your closet looks like, but
Dude, I've actually refined and downsized by a lot too.
mm,
Like except my sweatshirts. I love my 50 sweatshirts.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That I mean, you can never have too many of those.
yeah.
Well, for me, you know.
All right.
But like my jeans, bro, I have about four solid pairs
Mm,
that I rotate, and like one pair of like Dickies, you know. But those don't fall in the line of jeans. And like t-shirts, I'm always wearing white spill tees now.
yeah.
That's a Japanese. You've heard about that brand, right?
I have. I don't have any. I don't have any other shirts though.
I highly recommend them.
Okay.
They when you barely get them, they're kind of like slim
Mm,
and like kind of long, but the more you wash them, they shrink to your size.
mm,
And me being like short, it like fits me perfectly.
yeah.
So I just wear those. I recently dyed one. I don't know if you saw my story.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I
it was that
recently dyed it.
T-shirt. Okay.
Yeah, it was that t-shirt. That's a white spell one. But they only make white, gray, black, and navy.
Okay.
But I need those like earth tone colors, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go my own way and like dye them now. So if you see me like in a t-shirt that's kind of like an earth tone color, that's pretty much a white spell tee. just
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, that's cool that you're getting into like the dyeing stuff, and I know it kind of goes with vintage. There's a lot of DIY that goes into it. I feel like it's fun when you get a pair of clothes and you kind of customize it a little bit, change it to fit you. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of like outerwear pieces, for example, like flannels that I've cut to crop a little bit, and I feel like it looks nice. You know, jeans, you can release the hem, you can cut them off at the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
something you like to do as well?
I love to do that to 505s, like
Mm,
cutting the hem,
yeah,
and I just love how it phrased.
yeah, yeah.
But now I only have one pair of 505s. Like I said, that since I downsized,
Yeah.
I only have one pair, and that's the one that has like the two knee blowouts.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can you can see it in one of my pictures. Yeah, that's the only pair I have now. The rest of them are like the 517s.
The flares, man. Those are
Uh,
nice.
Yeah, though I'm wearing a pair right now, and dude,
Yeah.
I can't get enough. But it's kind of hard to find like your right size because sometimes they'll fit perfectly in the leg, but too big in the waist.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hate getting that tailored. I
Yeah.
don't like it because it it doesn't look off. I just don't like going that route. I
Yeah.
just rather like get it to fit right. I mean,
Right.
you can hem it, but that's about it. I don't like to tailor much of my stuff anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, the 517s have kind of popped off recently, man. The flares look nice. Once you get the right fit, it looks really good. Looks good over
Yeah,
boots, over sneakers, either or. You know, it looks really nice. And yeah, I have a pair of 517s that I wear a lot too. I like it. It's just a nice silhouette.
it is. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Just a simple faded tee, white tee, and a
Yeah,
pair of Guides.
exactly, man.
You got it.
Exactly.
You got it.
But bro, so Instagram has obviously popped off. Um, you've also like when I think of you, I also think of you kind of like in and around like the bare knuckles ecosystem. I mean, I know you love bare knuckles. I love bare knuckles. I have quite a
I
few
love
other
BK.
pieces. Oh,
I
BK is
love
great.
it. It's
Um,
amazing.
uh,
It's a great brand. Great owners. They're amazing.
yeah.
They make great stuff, man.
Off the rip, obviously they're launching basics. When we record this, it'll be in a couple of days. By the time it's out, by the time this podcast is out, the basics would have already dropped. What do you feel about them doing
Yeah.
like a basics line? I think it's cool. I think it introduces more people to the brand.
Yeah, I think I think it's a really good thing they're doing because I mean they're not adding any like prints
Mm,
and like it allows you to be able to like wear it more often.
right.
Like I have like two of their t-shirts and I mean there's nothing wrong with wearing the same thing over and over, but like if there's a picture in it, like I would just like wear it once and that's pretty much it. I'll wait a couple weeks to wear it again.
Yeah.
But since they're just simple blanks, you can wear them as much as you want. Just throw it on, simple. You don't really have to worry about if the print's gonna look off with the clothes you're gonna wear.
Right.
It's super clean, and I'm excited to cop something.
Yeah, I know they have like that the black kind of vintage wash hoodie. I might go for that one.
I love that they did the oversized and the slim cut.
Yeah,
They're giving you
right.
two options. I love that because for the shorter people you can go for like the slim, and for the bigger people you can go for the oversized
Right.
or vice versa, however you want the fit to be.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that hoodie
Yeah, man.
to go
Yeah,
with the jacket. Yeah.
yeah, dude, they're doing great things, man. I mean, they're really I mean, so their last collection, in my opinion, was like kind of divisive for people. Like it kind of moved away from like the grungier stuff and it went like a little more Western. But I personally loved it. Like I mean, like my favorite piece from that collection is the suede jacket, and I have it in my closet. And it's like one of my favorite pieces, and I think that they did kind of transit. BK did transition a little bit, but I think it works, and I thought the last collection was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, like from the first collection you could see that it was I feel like it was more around Jacob's style
Mm,
at the moment,
yeah,
a lot. And then because you saw when he would wear a lot of Dior's and
yeah,
with the baggy jeans and like roll them up and like the denim jackets with hoodies and stuff.
right,
I
right,
mean, it was cool, but the route that they went with the last collection, it was great. It was amazing. I like the Western look. I wanted the suede jacket, but I missed out on my size, and then I was offered to buy it for like $200, and I passed on it.
damn, bro.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but I passed on it,
You're regretting it now?
and I regret it. I regret it a lot because I hopped on Grail like yesterday, and
Oh, they're
they go
expensive.
for a lot.
Yeah, they go for
Yeah,
a
they're
lot.
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're expensive. But I feel like even if you were to buy it for that much, like it's gonna last you
yeah,
because I know the stuff is made to last and it's great quality.
yeah.
So I mean, owning that piece, you gotta cherish it because it's a great piece, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
great piece to have.
Yeah, bro. It's one thing. I was able to get it on the 50% off sale that they did like at the start of the year. So I got really lucky. I got it like half off, and even then, like even at full price, it was 100% worth it. Like the materials, the
Yeah,
quality, like BK stuff, it's expensive. In my opinion, like bare knuckles kind of teeters like the line of like designer. I mean, it's expensive shit, but it's built so well, you know?
like it's expensive, but I always go back and forth with my friend Day,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
owner,
yeah. Shout out Day.
and yeah, she's an amazing person. But I
Yeah,
always go back and forth with her with prices and stuff like that because, like for example, BK, I actually think it's priced pretty well
yeah,
for what they're giving you because I have, for example, their basics line, the hoodie,
yeah,
that's what 150,
yeah.
and you can go buy that somewhere else, like a higher end brand, and pay $300 $400 for that same hoodie.
Right.
And they're giving you top notch quality. And I mean, that's what I like about them. It's still pricey, don't get me wrong, because it is in the $100 range, but it's still considered a lot cheaper than those other brands.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I honestly think it's priced fairly,
Yeah, yeah, I would
and
agree
it's a
with
great
that.
brand.
It's a great brand. I'm looking forward to after the basics line, seeing like what the next collection looks like, and kind of seeing what those guys do. And obviously, Helmart became Kissing Booth, as you know, which is they merged, I believe, with another company out in Portland. So now their vintage empire, if you will, has even expanded. But you got to go visit Helmart, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
How was that
It was
experience?
it was it was great. When I walked in, Jacob already knew who I was, which was exciting.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh wow. And we talked a little bit, and he's a great guy. And I bought one of his sweatshirts that he used to own. It was that Illinois one.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if you've seen me wear it.
yeah, yeah,
Illinois State, I think that's what it says. I haven't worn it in a while, but it's a great fitting piece. 1950s champion.
yeah.
Great,
Beautiful.
great sweatshirt. And I just loved the way the shop was right when you walked in. It was a vibe. It was
Oh, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
You know, like all the clothes, it was nicely put together.
Right.
The hoodies were this side, the t-shirts, the sweatshirts were folded nicely. It was great. It was great. And that's what I like to see. I like to see like go into a store that I know I'm gonna like love.
Yeah, it's like an
And they have
experience.
stuff that I like. Yeah, it's a great experience. Like I already knew going in there, I was gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
Even if I didn't buy anything, I knew it was gonna be a good experience to go into.
yeah,
And bro, I haven't been to Kissing Booth, but I'm excited to go because they have a lot more clothes in there
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and new people to meet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kissing
Excited.
Booth is. I mean, I thought that was a crazy thing that they decided to
I
merge.
was surprised. I
Yeah,
was super surprised because I thought they were gonna keep doing Helmar because I mean I like the name.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a great name. So when they switched it, I was like,
I was
let
shocked,
me let me
man.
yeah. I was like, let me find out they got the inspiration from the Kissing Booth movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it was surprised, but I mean it is what it is.
yeah,
It's their choice, and I think it worked out because it's doing great.
yeah,
They're gonna open their second location. I'm not sure where, but it looks like they're doing amazing,
yeah,
and I'm
man.
happy for them.
Yeah, big shout out to Cole and Jacob for what they're doing at Bare Knuckles and then now at Kissing Booth. Kind of like segueing into what you do now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you and Dave both work together on Obsolete. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Cool.
correct. Yeah.
How did you want to start to have a business where you sell vintage? I mean, was it scary to get started? Like, when did you know that you wanted to do it?
To be honest, bro, I don't know. I just remember it started with that grave or somebody.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, maybe I needed money at the time. I don't know, but I just decided to post it.
mm.
But I think it was under obsolete, if I'm correct.
Like you had a
I
second
think,
account. Like you created a second
yeah, I
account.
had a second account. Yeah, I created a second account, but it was just to like sell random stuff.
Mm.
But that was the first thing to pop up, and after that, I saw that it went quick,
Yeah,
and I was like, maybe I could sell a little bit more of these sweatshirts or more older clothes. I started with '90s,
yeah,
bought some '90s Levi's, sold that, and then used that money to buy more Levi's, and then it just started selling. And then I saw that like you make good money off of it.
yeah, yeah.
and then it just went up. I just started getting more into it. Started searching up the tags because that's something very important. You need to know tags,
right?
The belt, because for example, a sweatshirt, you need to if it doesn't have a tag, you can ID it by the crap. For example, like this part.
Yeah.
Forgot what this part's called.
Like the elastic at the bottom, kind of.
Yeah, that part, and just the sewing, just the way it's made. You have to keep an eye on it, because
Right.
there's some sweatshirts that people will mark 50s, but in reality they're 70s.
Really?
Yeah. So you gotta watch out for that. And I had to learn all that by myself. I had no one to teach me.
Yeah.
Which was kind of tough because I didn't want to make any mistakes, because it's terrible when someone messages you saying, hey, you got the information wrong.
Right. Like that's not something you want.
Yeah,
Like that's something that you want.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. And gladly, I did my research so extensively that I never had that issue.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that like where it's headed, and what I've been able to learn and the people I've met through it, which is great.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing with that I like too is that with vintage, and correct me if you disagree, but I feel like 90s area vintage, whether that's the jeans, the blanks, the t-shirts, whatever, it's a little easier to find. 80s a little easier to find. Once you get to like the 70s, 60s, and once you get to like the 50s, bro, like that shit is very, very hard to find in my opinion. And I feel like you have done a good job at curating a lot of those old crew necks from like, the 50s era, which, for me, I feel like is very hard to curate.
Well, like I've seen, I'm not going to say any names. I don't want to, but like I've seen some people say that it's easy to find like true vintage. And I'm like, no, it's not, like, maybe in your area it is, but mine, it's hard. But you got to be consistent. You can't just go, for example, I have a Goodwill here. There's about like not four Goodwills, but there's four thrift stores here.
Yeah.
And you can't just hit them once every 2 months, because you're never going to find anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much have to go every day.
Yeah.
Every day, even if the workers look at you like you're crazy.
And you're gonna take L's like most days.
Yeah, trust me, I'll go in a lot of the times empty-handed.
Yeah.
But what I really love to go to is the yard sales. That's where you find the good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just stuff that they don't need. They just toss it out, and at times you'll find them for like a quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, like a lot of the vintage, sellers, they're not paying like what we're selling it at,
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Like to be honest, but there's a business, and that allows you that you can charge a lot more than what you're paying.
Yeah. Because
you're still going out of your way to find it, and it's a rare piece. You're not gonna sell it for $50 if it's a 1950s champion sweatshirt, with a great graphic on it. Or if it's double V, you're not going to sell it for that cheap. It's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
Because that same person, if you give that person a steal, I've learned that they're just going to go sell it for more.
Yeah, they'll flip it for more, yeah.
Yeah, they'll flip it for more. So, I mean, why not just do it yourself?
Yeah.
Like in my store, some people will offer me, and a lot of times I'll decline, because you can kind of feel that they're just trying to get a good deal off, and then they're just going to sell it.
Right.
So I'm just like, nah. But if I really know that you really just want the piece and it's genuine, then I'll hook you up. Yeah. But I mean, it is who, like, it depends on the customer.
Yeah.
But now it's more like just online, so it doesn't really happen as much anymore. Because before I had the website, it would always be like talking, and I kind of miss that, to be honest.
Do you?
Like, yeah, now I don't get as much DMs on my Obsolete page, because it's all through
the web store, right?
Through the website, yeah. And at times they'll message me on my main page instead of the Obsolete one. I'm like, you could just message it there. I mean, I'll still see it, but I guess you just want to get in contact with me directly, because Dayana at times will be the one that answers.
Yeah.
If there's like a problem or anything, she'll take care of it. She's the one that manages the website.
Yeah.
Because before I didn't have a website, I was struggling with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's hectic trying to deal with orders through DMs and everything else, right?
Yeah, I remember, bro. It was tough because I'd kind of like forget who I had to send the stuff to.
Yeah, no, it's scary.
Because yeah, and then I'm like, crap. I got to message him. Hey, did you buy this one? They're like, yeah, I got that one. And then
Yeah,
there's a lot of orders back then, and now it's a lot easier now because just through the website, you just print out the shipping label, and it shows you what they bought. You just
exactly.
put it in the box or the bag and just ship it out. Just you don't gotta worry. It's a lot smoother, even though I miss the connecting with the people and talking vintage.
Yeah.
Like it just makes life a lot easier, and it gives you more time to go source and to go do a whole bunch of other things you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. And
Because
like,
it would take me a while. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. No, I imagine so, man. And like going to yard sales, like you said, man. A lot of times, like these are people who are older, like they're just getting rid of shit, like, and like that's where you find
Yep.
the steals, bro.
Yep. Yeah. That's where my most recent pickups of for the shop were a whole bunch of like 60s and two double V, not two double V's, two single V's sweatshirts
Yeah,
that I found. I sold one today. Uh, she loves that one
yeah,
because they're great. They're great sweatshirts, bro. I
yeah.
honestly prefer those ones than the newer ones a lot more.
Mm,
But man, it's a great feeling when you go into a yard sale and you find what you're looking for.
yeah,
No, you don't walk out empty-handed. You're walking out with a great piece, and you're like it's amazing.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that will never go away because you never expect it.
Right.
Because even though you'll find it easier at the yard sales, it's still kind of hard,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I mean,
for that.
sourcing is part of the game, man. It's not it. You know, a lot of people. I think it's easy to criticize vintage sellers, for pricing when it doesn't tell the whole story, especially with super old pieces, very unique pieces, one of ones that took a long time to source. I mean, sourcing is a big part of the job. There are times where you go to the thrift and walk out with nothing. That happens more times probably than you find, and it takes a
Mhm.
long time to curate a selection of good vintage for you to sell.
Yeah, like you said, finding the 90s is easy. 80s is sort of easy. 70s it starts to get hard.
Yeah,
50s is it's
it's
yeah, it's
tough.
already
It's
it's already
tough.
hard. Yeah, it's tough. And then even just down, it just gets even more tougher. Like
Yeah,
the ones I've been trying to look are the afterhoods.
yeah.
Have you heard about
I
those?
have heard
Yeah,
about, yeah.
those. That's like the grail, like in the sweatshirt and hoodie area of vintage, because that's like the rarest. They
Yeah,
sell for so much, but it's like a piece for a museum, bro,
right.
because they're so nice. And there's pages on Instagram that I'll look at and I'm like, how do they find them? Like these people will have like 10 of them just laid down in the floor. And I'm just like, damn,
Yeah,
I wish I had that. But I'll get one day.
for sure. For sure, man.
Hopefully I find it in the yard sale, for
For the
for
cheap.
pennies, because that, yeah, for the cheap, because I'm not trying to pay like 2K for one, because
Oh
they
yeah.
go for a lot.
I know,
They go
man.
for a
Yeah,
lot.
they do, man. A lot of stuff, especially stuff like 40s, 30s, man. It's so expensive, bro. But that shit, I mean,
Yeah.
like that time isn't getting any closer. It's only getting farther away. That stuff is harder and harder to find, as time goes on.
Yeah, at times that gets me thinking, like, should I hold on to some stuff
Mm,
and then sell them because the value will go up, or should I just let it go?
yeah.
So I'll have some boxes where I have some sweatshirts that I'm just saving that I won't show anyone until I think it's time for me to just let
Just
them
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a business and I do have to make money off of it. It is what helps me like
Live.
keep live. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like my because I also work with my mom. She owns a cleaning business
Hmm.
and I work there. So that's also good at doing that. And Obsolete is pretty much kind of like on the side.
Yeah.
But I've been recently taking it more serious because I want to make like a full business, and I want to like quit that job and just stick to that. Just do that, because I mean that's what I love, and that'd be amazing to just do that for the rest of my life or as long as I can.
Yeah, bro. And you have a good foundation already, man. Obviously, Obsolete has continued to grow. I mean, y'all's items. I mean, I'm gonna keep it straight, dude. Y'all's items are crazy. Like some of the shit that you have, I'm like, dude, how do they get this? Like y'all have some really banger pieces on there.
Yeah, they're great, and some of the good pieces are big. It just gets me upset that they don't fit me.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh, I'm sure,
come
bro.
on, I wish it
I'm
fit
sure
me.
you get so much product that you're like, damn, I don't want to let this go. You know what I mean? Like so much goes through your
Yeah,
hands that you want to keep.
bro. Some of it, like they don't message the Instagram account, but they'll message me, and a lot of it will go through DMs. Like a
Mm,
lot of the product,
yeah.
so it doesn't even hit the store or the website. And I'm like, now I only got like 5 pieces to post.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let go of like a whole bunch of stuff, you know.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
that just allows the people to like to be able to like go through the website, and it's good because it's good to have a website, you know.
Yeah.
You can post stuff whenever you want, and you don't really have to be announcing all the time.
Right.
Like, because I remember when I didn't have a website, I would have to be having to post it all the time. And when you see me on my Instagram posting, oh, new stuff going up, that's pretty much like just to let you know. Like you don't have to go see it if
Right.
you don't want to. You can just check it out or like give it a like.
For sure,
I
man.
mean, I appreciate it. If you buy or you don't, it's all good. Just go take a look, you know.
For sure, man. And y'all have some great inventory and some great products, bro. And looking forward to Obsolete growing in the future, man. Bro, wrapping it on some good time though. But just a few questions before we get out of here, man. I know you're on the greedy train, bro. I know you've been wearing a lot of boots. I believe you have the ground cover boots too.
I had them, but
Oh,
I actually
you flipped
sold
them.
all. I sold all my ground covers stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
all of it. Cause bro, I would wear those boots so much
yeah.
since the day they came out.
How were they, man?
When I received them,
People, I remember when they came out, people were concerned that the pineapple leather wasn't gonna hold up.
well, the pineapple leather, I feel like the way to make it last is don't like take it in any like harsh like areas, you know.
Mm.
Like pretty much, it's more of a how would I put it? Like a style boot. It's
Yeah,
not
I
really
mean,
like
not,
for
it's not like a work boot. Yeah,
yeah, it's not a work boot, you know. So don't treat it as that. You got to treat it more of just a casual, normal shoe. Just don't do anything harsh in it, or else the material will start ripping. Because I did notice, because I've had a few pairs, and I kind of, I guess you could say, experimented in each. And I took one fishing, I took one hiking and stuff, and you can tell where um by where the your foot folds
yeah.
when you take a step, that part tends to kind of like start ripping or start
Mm.
kind of like fraying.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and it's because of the hiking, because you put so much pressure on that area.
Right, right.
And then I had another pair that I just used for like walking, going to the stores, doing just normal stuff, nothing that really put any hardware into the boot.
Yeah.
That made it last a lot longer than doing the outdoor stuff. And it's
100%.
it's a great boot, but the the price point, it's a little high for what you're getting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, because if you're going to be charging like 500, pretty much it should last you not 1 year, or it should last you at least a solid 3 if you take care of it. But I know it's more of a, you're more of like supporting the brand,
100%.
you know. Yeah, you're
100%.
supporting the brand so he can take out more stuff. And it's nice that he's looking for alternatives instead of leather and stuff that really harms the environment.
Yeah, I respect that so
I'm for
much.
that.
Yeah.
I'm for that. But and I know it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's expensive to manufacture, but you also got to keep in mind that like you got to find some materials that will last, you know.
Yeah, and I'm interested
But
because I know he's coming out with some new ones in the future, and I think I want to buy a pair as like he continues to evolve that boot because I think the silhouette is beautiful.
the what do you think about the new one he took out?
I don't think I've seen it. What is it? The same material? Oh, doesn't it look more like a patent leather, almost like a shinier leather?
Yeah, it's I feel like you should have just stayed with the same like design
Mm.
and gone with that material, because that material looks like it's still like an alternative, but it looks like it will last longer because it's not like fibers like the pineapple one.
Yeah, it looks more
And I feel like,
like it looks more like leather, like actual leather.
yeah, it looks like, oh, like you can actually take, like, it looks like it could actually take a beating, you
Yeah.
know. Not like the ground covers. The ground covers, you gotta like walk on your tippy toes so it doesn't rip.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's still a great boot. It looks amazing. I will tell you that. Avery did execute
The silhouette.
the fit, the silhouette. Like, it's amazing. It goes with everything. It goes great with, well, every pair of jeans I've had, every pants, anything, it has gone well. I can't say anything wrong with it. Even with shorts, it looks good.
Yeah.
But I had to let him go because I wore him too much. I kind of got tired of him, and then I got into the greedy area, you know?
Bro, and that's what I want to talk to you about, man. I have a couple pair of Guidis. I love them, bro. I feel like I've never touched a boot like Guidis, bro.
I know. Like, I actually got, because I'm wearing the pair of the 795 Zs.
Yeah.
And I have this was the 788.
Yeah, the back zips, those are beautiful.
The back zips. I want to get the 788 Zs. They're like thicker leather, like the sole's a lot thicker.
Yeah.
Kind of like the ones I have right now, but they're lace up. And I can't say anything bad about these.
No, Guidi, and they're amazing. That, like, I mean, after like past the breaking period, bro, they're so comfortable.
But you went through a breaking period?
Well, luckily I didn't, because I bought mine secondhand. But I've tried them on new, and they're like, I've gone to places here in New York where they have them brand new, right? And I've been able to kind of try them on brand new. They're hella stiff, you know? And
yeah, they are. They start off kind of stiff.
Yeah.
Because this one I bought it new. The breaking period for me, because I've been wearing leather shoes for a while now.
Yeah.
So I guess you could say I'm kind of used to like the pain or the process.
The breaking process, all that crap.
Yeah, it was. I guess you could say I didn't even notice it. But when you get one of these boots and you feel them, you'll know what quality is.
Oh, 100%.
Because I used to get Story at Fall boots and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, these are quality.
Yeah.
And then I bought these. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Like
the construction, everything about this boot is like well made, you know, to the highest expectations they have, you know, and it's a great boot, and I have nothing bad to say about them, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get more.
I know, that's the thing, is that
they cost a lot, but I mean, they're, in my opinion, they're worth it. Yeah, they look good, you know.
Yeah, no, they look great. And, I agree, bro.
And thanks for it's safe here.
Yeah. And I feel like with the Guidi boot, bro, like they're gonna last you for years, man. You can really beat them. And you know, once you get the Vibram on the sole, it's like you're pretty much set. Like you're good to go.
Yeah.
Even without the Vibram, like you can get away with wearing them without the Vibram, but I definitely recommend people, if you're gonna buy Guidis, like get the Vibram on the soles, and like you'll be good.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Because back then they didn't have the harsh like roads that we have now.
Oh yeah.
So like, because I do remember that boots back then. I don't know if you see them. They don't have. Some of them won't have any like rubber sole protectors, and that's the original sole.
Really?
And it's still a good piece of like thick leather left.
Yeah.
But the 788s, I wore them without the sole protectors for a while, and it was running low quick. So I was like, I gotta get the sole.
Were you a little nervous?
I put them on. I was nervous because of the front. That's the part I'm more like scared of getting ruined.
Right.
Because then that would mean that you would actually have to get the whole sole removed
right.
If it's too worn down. Because if you get the heel worn down, they pretty much just have to take that off. Because like, you know how it's layers, like stacked.
Yeah, I mean they can
pretty much just have to take this off.
Right, and you'll be good.
Yeah, and then put new ones, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty about boots like this, that even though you're spending a lot of money on them, you can fix them up. You know, like the Goodyear well, it allows you to have them for years, like you said. And I mean, it's an amazing boot.
Yeah, man. I know some people who, you know, like you said, the Goodyear well, it allows people to fix the soles. You can take it to a cobbler. If you go to a good cobbler, they'll do it for you. But I've seen some Guidis with like Vibram too, like a full lug sole, and they look great too, man. So there's a lot of room for like longevity. You know, if you really break them down, you can get them. You can get the bottom of the shoes 100% replaced, and they'll be good to go. You know.
I was actually thinking about getting this the 788s with a good Luxo on them. I've seen them done, and it looks amazing.
Yeah,
just like the 795, the Instagram It's Safe here. It's they posted a pair of the 795s with Luxo.
Beautiful.
But it was originally a leather, and he says it's a custom one, so it looks amazing. So maybe if I decide to take off the soles or the rubber soles, I'll end up doing that because, bro, it looks great.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a different boot, you know. So if you get tired of like just the normal heel leather sole, you could just go to the collar, attach that, and it's like having a brand new boot, you know.
Exactly, bro. Well, I know you've been wearing a lot of boots recently. Got to give some love to sneakers. Is there any sneakers in your rotation right now, or are you really just focusing on boots?
Well, my main focus is boots, but the only sneaker I actually have is the Reebok Club C's.
Oh, those are classics though.
Those are the only ones I have, and I love them. But I'm more into boots.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of sneakers. I used to have a lot of Jordans, the 4s, the 5s, all that stuff. But I just got over it. Everyone had them here, and I'm more of the type of person that if there's a lot of people that have it, I'll end up switching it.
Yeah.
But like here in my town, like no one knows about Guidi, from what I know. You know, I don't see anybody having the same style. Everyone likes to wear the tight jeans with the Jordans and the Supreme tees, and I'm just like, no, that's not it.
Yeah,
that's old.
I feel you, man. I feel you on that, man. It's cool to like get your own thing going and kind of figure out, you know, what works for you, and like, I feel when I look at my closet now, I'm like, I feel like it's really refined, and I feel like, you know, I still have room to grow, but I'm happy with where I'm at, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way too.
Yeah, exactly. I do, man. Like I remember when it wasn't at that point where I had to like spend a good amount of time like trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear.
Yeah.
Now it's just like I'll pull a t-shirt out, pair of jeans and boots, and I'm solid. You know, I don't have to be worrying about anything. Not like back then. I had to match the colors with the.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
Jordans.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Why do you want to go through that process when there's an easier one? You know, and it looks honestly a lot better than the hype beast styles.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, for me too. I mean, a lot of my closet's like muted colors, and it makes it so easy to get dressed. I mean, I know what I'm gonna wear. I know what I'm gonna wear every day. You know, it makes it so easy.
It's great. It's a great feeling knowing that you perfected your wardrobe. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't have to worry about not knowing what you're gonna wear because everything goes together pretty much.
100%, man. 100%. Well, bro, I don't want to keep you any longer. We've hit some really, really good time. Last thing before we get out of here, man, anything you want to plug, any shout outs you want to give before we wrap up the pod?
Deonna Jones.
Yes,
I gotta shout her out completely again. She's an amazing friend and a great partner for Obsolete, you know?
Yeah.
She's helped me out on a lot. Obsolete wouldn't be there if she wouldn't help me where it's at, you know?
Yeah, shout out
there. Because I ran through a lot of obstacles, and she's gotten me out of them.
Yeah,
she's more of the technical area, you know. So that's really tough for me because I don't know anything about that, and she just came through and made it easy for me, you know.
For sure.
And I really appreciate that about her.
For sure.
And I'm hoping Obsolete to grow a lot more in the future, you know, and to keep bringing a lot better pieces in, you know, and giving steals because I mean I still think it's a lot cheaper than others.
It is no, it is, bro. I mean,
in my opinion.
I mean, look, let's be honest. Some shops. I mean, I see like you know, and you know, get your bread. I'm not calling anybody out, but I mean, I've seen people tax for like 90s Levi's, and it's like, man, these are expensive. You know, like you can get it for cheaper. You know, and I feel like y'all's price points are really competitive.
Yeah, like I understand, like money. There's money to be made.
Right, make your bread. Yeah.
You also got to be reasonable because not everyone can spend $300 on a pair of jeans and stuff like that. So you also got to keep that in mind. And usually, like, I'll try to work with the person who message me, like I said.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if I see that it's genuinely a person that really wants it and is not just trying to get it for the low end and to resell it, then I won't give it to them. But if they're genuine, I'll make it work, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a great area, you know, to be in.
100%, man. It's all about helping each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that we can promote vintage. It's good for the planet. It helps people feel unique because all the pieces are individualized.
Yeah, the one on one, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah, they're never gonna be the same. Different wear, different distressing. Everything is just it's great.
100%. Yeah, that's why I love vintage. Is why I know guys like you and I are gonna keep pushing people that route because you don't have to spend the crazy amount of money to look unique. Vintage does it for you at a better price.
Yeah, you don't have to go and buy it from our shops. You can go out and look for it yourself. If you want.
Yeah.
It's a great like thing to do and to pass time.
Right.
And you don't have to be spending hundreds of dollars to create an amazing outfit. You spend $50 and you'll have a great solid outfit.
100%, bro. I feel that, bro. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Salvador Vega, once again, bro, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man. Yeah.
Guys, as always, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Guys, as always, keep it logged in with the Selective. Do drops, editorials, and of course, season 2 of the podcast is launched, so more exciting content on the way. Hopefully I can see you in person one day, bro. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, hopefully. It'd be great, get a fit pick together.
Exactly. When the world's
that always has to be done,
Yeah. when the world's a little bit of a better place, man. I hope you and your family are staying safe, of course, as always, man.
Yeah, same, bro. Yeah, take care.
Take care, man. Appreciate it. Peace.